Hi everyone. We are at the XX Factor podcast. I'm Leyla Seyidzade, host of the podcast, and today we invited the person, my old friend, and the one with many hats. And actually, we are friends, and we were doing something together in terms of the business through many hats that this person wears. And today, I am very happy to have this very experienced and straightforward man here, because these podcasts are uncensored. And we want to hear all the truth. Tal is a business mentor, and I know Tal the best as a business mentor actually for myself. He is accelerator guru, and he is also a managing partner of Invest to Create investment house. But before this, we will explore together the XX factor, which mainly means women, right? Female factor, and of course in business. Because Tal, I think you managed many people, but before we jump into the questions, welcome.
Thank you so much. Very glad to be here.
So you see, I'm very talkative today because I'm super excited to have you here. I'm sure that we will have very honest discussion with you, because you used to mentor and accelerate many startups and businesses across the world, and you saw many women who were thriving and trying to build their business, either it's a startup or just a traditional business. What I actually like about you is that you were always honest in the feedback to me personally, and you always try to provide this men's perspective on women's issues, let's say, and this helps a lot, because either we like it or not, but we live in the men's world. Okay, so and these are very helpful tricks that helps us women to crack this code. So my first question will be about soft skills. Okay, so when we are talking about the soft skills of women, what kind of soft skills, or what sample of soft skills we are supposed to develop and have to grow our business, to establish our business, to grow to success? So let's first focus on this.
Okay, so that's my turn now.
Finally.
My monologue starts now. So first of all, I'm very glad to be here. I've been following the podcast, and I see very interesting people. I see very interesting topic. And to align myself, I want to equip our listeners with tools. You know, today in school system, we are trying to deal less with memorizing, more with giving tools to reach the information. That connects to soft skills in general, meaning many times we hear it's a talent, and for us talent is something that you are born with, meaning if you don't have it, you don't have it. I think when we come to soft skills, they are very teachable. You can learn the skill, you can practice it, you can become an expert of it. It starts with willpower, with wanting. That starts with confidence. That starts with having a target, having a purpose. Women in general don't like taking risks. They don't like uncertainties, which is why we see less women in startup world, which is super risky. It's all about knowing and getting ready for failure. Women don't excel on that part. Of course, there are those who do it. So when we come to those skills, I want to start with the skill that I think are relevant if you're a business person, meaning you have your own small business, or even medium business, or even huge business or big business. If you're a start-upper, if you go to a job interview, if you go on a date, it's talking. We call it networking, we call it mingling, but in essence, it's talking. It's our ability to communicate and to convey a message. Oddly, strangely enough, I find people in general having difficulty with the one most simplest task is who I am. Present yourself. Who are you? They give me 1.5 sentences. My name is so and so. Either I have kids or I have a business, and we talk about the business. Wait. Who are you? It's basic. Now, we usually say women like to talk. Women are the gatherers. So they used to go to the well and take the water and they will talk. And oddly enough, again, they talk to a point. They are very good in talking around the family, around the friends. But when women get to a place they have not been before with audience, they have not seen before, now starts the challenge. And what I want to say, one thing is to know to talk. I think the harder is to motivate yourself to start talking. Because you know you talk to, you practice, you know your pitch. But then to bring yourself to do that, that is also a skill that you need to master. So we can take a topic which is basically do business. But businesses don't talk between themselves. People talk between themselves. If you have a startup, you can have, a great app. But this app cannot present itself. It needs you to talk for it. Which is why investors invest in people, not in the technology, at first.
Yeah.
So we understand that those soft skills, as we call them, perceiving what's going on around you, preparing to come to an event, motivating yourself to talk.
Just one note here. I fully support your words, not as a person who actually is teaching soft skills, but as a woman who just recently reached their career coach, surprisingly, and realized when she asked me, like a first task, she asked me to present myself. And I got stuck. I realized that with all my background, teaching, being a host of TV program, I failed to present myself to career coach. And I was just shocked with that.
Which comes to say that then you practiced.
Yes, and then I practiced.
So even when you practiced, you said to yourself, when I'm writing my brief, and then I'm exercising, repeating it, practicing, still this needs to be a life form, meaning it needs to adapt and change according to the person that we are meeting. So you say, that makes a lot of sense, because not everyone is the same, not everyone is interested the same. I will give a simple example. When I know I'm meeting someone in my country, probably talking about where we lived, graduated high school and went to the army, in many cases is a common denominator. It, first of all, puts us in a position, and then we can discuss it. What would help if I will come here and talk about it? Okay, so I need to go immediately fast forward to what I did in way of career. And the fact that I did many things before coming here is nice, but people want to hear what I did here. And that starts in 2017. So immediately I need to fast forward and start talking 2017 onwards. This ability to adapt needs to start with something that will sound to you very simple. You meet a person, you shake a hand. He says, nice to meet you. And then usually, who are you? Did you ever stop to say, listen, I am Tal. Before I answer, can I know a few words about you? People tell me, listen, it sounds like a simple sentence. I would never dare doing it. How can I answer with a question with a question? Be Jewish. This is what we do.
Honestly, I was like, that's a purely Jewish piece of advice.
You learn.
Good that you told it yourself.
To answer a question with a question,
Yes.
first of all. Why? Because I want to be relevant for the person in front of me. I don't want to go now a long story and after maybe 5 minutes, oh, finally you reach where I can connect with you. So you can explain it. If you know to explain it in a nice way, the person would even smile and say, you know what, that's smart. Probably you're Jewish. That's smart.
Oh gosh, yes, but that's, I think, very difficult for women, especially from Eastern culture, to be so active that you not only answer the question, which is already a challenge, but plus you answer the question with a question.
Yeah.
I think it's not doable.
So, again, this is something that we need to at least discuss to our audience and say, yes, there is tradition and culture involved. You are positioned somewhere when you're a woman. In different cultures, in different countries, in different nations, the situation is different. From, let's say, a certain amount of equality to sometimes too much or over the equality. But that's, again, not the topic. And I'm not making anyone here a vigilante. Go and fight the war. Not at all. First of all, I think quietly claim what you can. Meaning, if we started with actually telling our audience, you need to be able to pitch who you are. Basic. This has nothing to do with anything. Go pitch. If you want to be better, come to professional mentors that will tell you,
right,
that will practice with you. You can do it online, offline, it doesn't matter. Then it doesn't end with doing the practice at home. We need to go outside. So, but the mindset is very, I would say, individual. Startups are not for everyone. It doesn't mean that you're a failure and you go with a loser on your... No, it's okay. It's not for everyone. Ask me, should everyone at least try? I would say yes. Try. But succeeding, that's a whole different topic. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. You need to feel confident and good with yourself. You know, I talked about this, I think, in the last few days. I have many meetings all the time. And I said, how often you talk to someone and you want to impress? You want to come out as a mensch, as we say, a man, like I'm good, or a woman that... And even when you're talking, there is a side of your mind that says, what are you talking about? You can't deliver this. You cannot make it happen. But you want so much that you promise something you can. The end result is, for 2 seconds, the person in front of you really appreciates you, and he goes home lighthearted and happy. He heard what he wanted. You go with a heavy heart and sad. Because what you said, you know you cannot make. And I see this thing happening not just in Azerbaijan, I would say all over the world. People feel they need to make the other side like them so much they go to extreme. And in that extreme, they fail. But first and foremost, remember this. Better said than sorry says, you can go home sad, but with a light heart. I said my piece. I was not trying to say what you wanted me to say. This is a woman thing. This is where women can say, okay, little steps. I cannot jump from nothing to everything, right. 0 to 100 in 1 second. You need to take it a step at a time. Again, come back to professional mentors and coaches who know how to build this roadmap for you. Those little steps. People use many times terminology not having really the understanding how exactly to do that. For this you need professionals. And I see this building also in Azerbaijan, which is very important. Women, you know, we should say, you should dare. Dare. Dare sounds, oh my God, I need to be brave. Oh, it's a mission. Nah, come on, what's the mission? Just say, I need to do it for myself, for my business, for my start, for my beginning. It's not about, again, being impressive all the time. It's not just about have fancy hair and nice nails. There is more to that. And I hope that the audience listening to this, maybe some of them, I don't know, sitting in the couch right now, maybe holding a baby, just thinking, I want to go forward. I want to do something with myself. It is easier said than done, which is why doing it by yourself is super hard, super hard. You need help.
Very much support this idea that women have to reach other people and ask for help. And this is very normal because usually we kind of try to cope with our stuff ourselves. Sounds very difficult, and we prioritize some other things, like we would rather go to the doctor for our kid, but we will not accept the fact that you have to go to mentor just for your self-development. But otherwise, it will take you ages, I would say, if you just don't ask for the help. This is very normal. So even for like such an so-called easy thing as a soft skill, you have to reach the mentor to reach any help. Yes, and what's the good news, I think, just to wrap up on this, that soft skills, these are like a muscle. You can train it. There is no I cannot do it. I am an introvert. This is what people like to say, right?
People will always find a reason why not to do.
Right. And there is another question about the networking and building professional connections. And I think it's very difficult actually for women to build one. Because, again, I'm going back to Eastern culture, but I think it's a problem for all cultures anyways. Because you socialize less, you are leaving houses for less reasons, and etc. and so on. So if from the childhood you are more controlled than usually because of the safety, not even for the bad reasons, right? And then you just don't learn how to socialize, how to network, because as we always say, men have a beer, and this is how they pitch, and then they get investment. Okay, but I'm sure that you have thousands of alternatives for women how to crack this and overcome this border. So on networking and professional relations, how effectively build them for women so that they can succeed and they can bring their business to the next level, get an investment, get a promotion, salary increase, because we are not talking about entrepreneurs only.
So again, I believe in taking little steps, and I want to say again, little steps just to make it easier for our audience to decide, I'm going to start. The start is so difficult. We see it when we want to start gym. We want to start a diet. We want to start walking. From tomorrow, I'm walking. From the minute you say to tomorrow that comes, you don't walk. And by the way, you have a great excuse why you shouldn't walk. I see it many times, or if all of us, I mean, I'm sure people, not even running a marathon, but running long distance. It starts like this, you run. Then starts the discussion. Legs and brain now are talking. And the brain says to the legs, why do we need this? What are you doing? Is there $1 million prize at the end? What are we doing? Come. Okay, and I say, okay, you know what? I will not run fast. I will run slower. Then I walk faster. Then I walk slower. And then I stop. And when I stop, I don't move anymore. By the way, even if I'm feeling okay, I'm breathing, I stop, I go, why the act? Just stop. But just remember, startup, for example, should never stop. Businesses should, even if you crawl slowly, you don't stop. So again, take this example to what you want to do, just in something simple called your task list. You want to know how to network? Great. Go and learn. Decide, this is first step. Then you say, okay, where should I look? Maybe in your channel or something, there is a button, call me. I know those who will come to my website, there is a button, contact me. You go to Calendly, you make 15 minutes for free. I give consultation. Let's see what happens after. Just do simple thing. It's even for free, just to help people and still to bring people to do. People live with stigma about what they see. For instance, what I get a lot, Tal is very busy. Why? He's everywhere. How can someone like that have time for me? Leyla, she's on podcast, she's on TV, she's with us, she's at an event. When will she have time? It's not your business when I will have time. It's right. My business. It's so stop thinking for someone else. So if you want to talk about networking right now,
Yes.
understand. First of all, there needs to be a good reason to network. Meaning, okay, I came to the event. You know what I find? Usually, I'm on the stage talking, lecturing. Then I have always a question. Please, a raise of a hand. Who sits next to a friend? 80, 90%. I do. Why? Why did you come to the event? To mingle, to network. Really? So you network with someone that you see every day for 15 years? What's the outcome of this? So then there is a break, and when they see me come out of the hall, they go away, go away. Yeah, we are networking now. No, it's not a drill to impress me. If you want to meet people, then you need to meet people. Then people say, I need a motivation. Okay, how about you look at the room and you say to your friend, go to the other side, let's meet in the middle within half hour. One drill. Second, probably if you are a startup and you want to raise money, I'm telling you, there is a person in the room with a $1 million check with your name on it. Only problem, he doesn't, she doesn't know how you look, and you don't know how they look. So start checking, hello, do you have $1 million for me? My name is Tal. No, by end of the evening, you have shaken 400 hands and maybe found your million. But otherwise, you stand like this. Are you a girl waiting for the prom for someone to invite you to dance? Go dance. No, it's a free world right now. You need to initiate in your size, with your being delicate and fragile. It's okay to be that. You don't need to be manly all of a sudden. Because no, do it in your own pace. But again, your mind needs to say, I stand to gain something from it with interacting. Then you need to learn. You need to learn how to dish a business card. You need to know how to take a business card. Don't put it in. Give it a second. Give respect to the person. Ask a question. Give a comment. Oh, by the way, it's a very nice business card. Women to women. Oh, you look lovely. I love your earrings. I don't care if you like the earrings or not. Let's start talking. If this is what you need, practice. Practice. Just do it to people in the street. Hello. Oh, you look really interesting person. Wow. You should. Get your starting and then move on and have what to offer. If again the person will ask you, hey, by the way, who you are, and you so don't you see,
you will lose this person
stage by stage.
Yeah.
You need to know what to do. You need to know what you want. Then you go and network. You network, great. I find it that all people like to see their photos on internet. So what do I do the best way? I say, oh, nice to meet you. Let's have a selfie. Clack, done. I'm sending the message with the photo. Now he has my face. He has my name. I prepared for myself on WhatsApp kind of a short photo and some details. I just forward it, and I learn. People just forward it between themselves because it's the easiest to say. All these details are his LinkedIn, his website, his phone number, whatever you need is there. Just help people to help you. Know what you want. When you approach, you need to remember two things. You know, in my language, we have a word called natan. Natan is to give, but it's the only word that we write it. Nun, taf, nun, meaning the same letters. You can read it from right to left and left to right. Meaning, give and receive. Give and receive. Do not just take people. Don't just say what you want. Offer. Start with an offering. Listen, so I hear you. I think I can help you. If the person appreciates, then you will say, okay, how can I help you back? Make it happen. It is so simple. And when you exercise it, and it goes well first time, and second time, you just adopt it. It's not a way of life, but it's just a tool that you learn to use when needed.
Tal, what we see quite often is that women prefer to connect to women, and then we have these tables, like only men tables and only women tables. So how to crack this in networking event?
So I will be very delicate here because it has a cultural texture to it, where you will know better. Ask me what I do. So I see that usually not on men and women, but the expat table, the foreigners, and everyone else. And I distinctly remember driving back to Shusha. We stopped on the way. It was 2 months ago. And they took us to a restaurant. And I was sitting down with Azerbaijani people, and the organizer comes to me, Mr. Tal, you can sit in that table with the foreigners, with the experts. And I'm like, why? Why? They're like, for me, experts are like me. Why do I need them?
I know all of them.
I want the different. I want to immerse myself. So you can tell me, listen, honestly, a woman would look little bit delulu if she will get off her ass, go to the table of the man, grab a chair, turn it, sit like, commando and say, hey guys, I'm here. Probably too much. Don't need the too much. Hey, for sure you will be remembered. That's for sure.
But how?
But the question is how. So I'm saying, don't go to extreme. But it is okay. Don't go and stand behind one of the men and look at everyone like a flower. Also, don't do that. Come with something. Like, maybe you know just the one person in the table, and you come to him and say, hey, you look like a very happy table. Can you introduce me? Again, maybe little bit extreme, but it's still manageable in a way. And I see that people doing. By the way, men listening to us, come on, when you have a woman next to you and she's your partner, you don't go and start talking, so it's saying, let me introduce, and then introduce yourself. Because this is what women need. That's the support of men in this picture.
That's he for she.
That's he for she.
Tal, and now when we kind of, let's assume, prepared our pitch, elevator pitch about ourselves, like a short introduction, when we kind of learned how to network and maybe even went to the extreme and put the chair to the all men table, then now it's time to ask for what you need. I'm not talking, of course, about, just to clarify for our listeners, that it's not about immediate ask at the event. So let's assume that we build a network, we have already some contacts and etc. and so on, or we meet this person every day at work. But at some point we will need to ask, and this is very difficult for women, to ask for, I told in the beginning, to ask for help, to ask for anything. So what is a good strategy to really ask for money, for investment, for loan, for upgraded, position, and etc. and so on? Because, like, even I just recently I attended one of the events, and there were event for 90 women and one bank. So the bank was introducing their loans to women. And what their main narrative was, it was like, we don't trust women, we usually don't give them loans, but we are here just to give you a try. Honestly, it was the worst communication ever. So, and it was very weird and strange. And of course, then people started to push, organizers started to push people to come approach them and etc. But of course, it was like, the energy was gone, okay, obviously. So, but that's true. For women, it's very difficult to ask because they quite often get no answer. But how to overcome this stigma?
Okay. I think this is one of the core and most wonderful questions that should be addressed in a very sensitive kind of way. If it's okay, I would like to put a perspective. You mentioned he for she. Tatiana is not here to back me up, but I think that the second She Congress, I was the he in she, and I stood in front of 400 women and talked. Okay, and yes. Talked. So that's my connection number one. In general, working with women, I did a lot of women empowerment activities in India, in Romania. I was even your guest. Right. In one of the panels. And I don't know if you remember my provocative answer when I heard the women, I want to say complain. I mean, I don't think it's too bold to say. And you know, for me it's amazing because who is the discussion was the involvement of men. So, meaning, okay, we talk about we need to work with the women, but we need to work with the men as well. Because right now, worldwide, this industry is heavily controlled by men. The result of it is that the tools used today to measure women are men's measurements, not women.
Wow, yeah, true.
We are now adapting to it, and it's still a long journey. By the way, also taking a loan, but you see that in driving now. Do you know that in the end, although men will not believe me, women drive more safe than men? Which is why in my country, women get better premia for their car insurance. Meaning this is an adoption of saying, okay, we measured women as no more. We measure women as women. And the number is clear. How many accidents do you do? What does it matter? We need to take the factor of women and adjust everything measured, from the chairs that we use to the temperature of air condition in the room.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
not joking. Go to any event hall, it's measured by men.
Yes.
And that is a fact. Okay, so we need a measurement. But what I wanted to say about this conference that for me is resonated is, if women understand that it's not about competing with men, it's about working with men, they need to remember that in the first years of any man, he had a mother. And if this mother understands that her role in the part of education should be exactly this: understand women, get the measurement of women, be connected to understand and in the end, all those men that grow to power have a wife. And she is also very much in control. She just needs to decide she's on the agenda. What I see as problem is women find it difficult to unite. Women, I don't want to say catfight, but to unite is still problematic. And I ask myself, what is the reason? Why is the reason that men can not see one another for 10 years and make up in 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Women, it's a story. Where have you been? Where did you go? You didn't call, I didn't go. Why is it so? Now, this is a given. It will not change, and we need to admit it.
Right.
But I see that women, on the contrary, have a lot of power being women in a men's world. And women, if they get my drift, because there is so much I can talk about this topic, you need to take responsibility for your positioning in the life of any man, being small as a child and being a grown-up as a man of power and status. You are still there. The question is, what do you do about it? And I don't want to give examples if you're more into, I don't know, lifestyle and fashion, or being a businesswoman, a coacher, a TV host, a podcast host, with an agenda that is more than, I don't know, a minister. It's up to you, but this is your own drive. Maybe we can do a podcast when I ask you just the one, what's your mojo? What's your power? What pushes you in the morning? I can say I've seen you several hours ago in a different place, in a different meeting, full in, and now you're here like the day just started. It is quality. Either you love what you do, or you're a true professional and says, I don't care I am tired already, but I need this to be my best. So now I concentrate, but a second after we're done, I'm done. It's okay. Ask women, how serious do you take yourself? How serious do you take your target, your mission? When we're talking about ask of anything, help me find a technical person for my startup, a CTO, okay, help me with this. Help me with fundraising. Help me with finding a customer. Help me with finding a first adopter. Help me find a channel to go from Azerbaijan to America. Help me, help me, help me. It needs to start with knowing the details. It's not just about saying, help me. With what? What do you need? You need to be very specific. Number one, know what you're asking, meaning not just know to ask, how to ask, which is a one part, how do I say it? Ask knowing what I need and what, and you cannot come with a list. Okay, listen, are you writing what I'm saying? I need this and this and this and this. No, you go to a one person with a one topic, and that is all. And you take note. And you send him a message after, preferably an email saying, thank you for your time. I appreciate your attention. I told you about a line, what I said, and this was my ask or my request of you. I would really appreciate in any way if you can help me. Now, we are people. We look in the eyes. We have a hunch. If your hunch is the person really can help me, just wants to be nice, but you know he cannot, let him go, let her go. Stop nagging for nothing. You're wasting your energy and letting someone else feel uncomfortable. Don't do that. Which is why,
this
again,
is perfect, I think.
You need to have this
Women do it a
hunch.
lot.
Do it a lot.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll tell you what they say. Finally, I got someone listening to me. I will put everything on him and nag him. No.
That's true. That's
so
true.
if you adopt a methodology that says, I will ask one thing of a one person, I will let the hunch work for me. And if I feel, by the way, if I feel, then I can ask and get answers. Are you more into HR? Are you more into fundraising? Are you more of a marketing person? People in general like to be heard. When you are asking someone, you are not burdening them with an answer. Depending how you ask it. But, women, I think, in most cases are the best interrogators. They can get any secret from any man or whatever they want. Which, again, as you said, women kind of naturally will go to women. Women in startup world will avoid going to women. They will go straight to men. They know what they need from them. They speak language. I think women in general from startup world are more resilient. They are willing to take a risk. They are willing to fail, then they give all in. That's a good approach. A little bit different than a small business. But again, it's about knowing what you want to gain. You little have a dream about what you will get at the end. Have a goal, have a strategy. It sounds like big words. It's a one sentence answer to each. Come talk to professionals. Otherwise, why are we here? Why is this podcast need to now make you say, tomorrow I'm picking a phone, I'm calling Leyla, I'm calling Tal, I'm looking at Leyla's podcast list and I'm saying, okay, that person, that person, that person. Maybe we should help them. Maybe we can simply in some way publish a small list that says, that's the name of the person, that's his expertise. Don't search, don't think, what can Tal do for me? It's in the list. Tal Catran, I don't know, business development. Leyla, coacher on. Ayla, just help them with the list. They will make the call. It's up to them right now. In a way, I would wish for them to call you and say, Leyla, give us the list, but let's help them.
Why I signed you, because we're getting off track for
Sure.
longer. Some stuff which is like, yes.
I just need a moment, by the way, to... I didn't do any self-presentation, and I didn't want to stop you, but Invest to Create is an investment house. It's not a platform. So Invest to Create is the first investment house of or in Azerbaijan, targeting accredited investors to culture, gaming, and creative industry startups.
Tal, we talked a lot about next steps or about first steps, first small steps. And now I want to wrap up our conversation with the next step recommendations. Because you, as I mentioned before, you are wearing many hats, right? So with next steps, how you can help women to thrive, to make money, to get promotion, and etc. and so on. Why to invest? Why actually I'm asking such a straightforward question from you? Because it's not often when I get men into this studio. Okay, so when I get them, I ask them, so now following your advice, so I'm asking them one thing. So how you, Tal, can help women to succeed?
Okay. So first of all, I want to say a short recap about my last, I would say, period of time here. So I'm nearing 10 months of living and working here in Baku. I started in Yaradeji Merkaz until end of last year when it was officially inaugurated and launched. And from beginning of this year, I worked on and established Invest to Create, the first investment house in Azerbaijan, connecting between accredited investors, locally and foreign, with startups and projects related mainly to culture, gaming, and creative industries. It is a kind of a PPP, what we call private-public, program or platform. This is how it's constructed, and we have a portfolio of, as I said, startups and projects, and we connect them with the money. That's a one thing. Second of all, I think that since 2017, when I first stepped in Azerbaijan, since then I have been to any and every possible event or conference. I will not say names because maybe I will forget one, as a speaker, as a moderator. But the main thing that I was doing or engaging with is to see how this ecosystem builds itself as a community. I see a general hinder, what holds you back, hinder, in the way that the culture is still, I'm holding my cards to my chest, I'm not sharing anything with you. The mindset says it's still a small ecosystem, so if I have a good startup and a different program, it will take it. You don't have too many of each. That mindset must change in the way that the more we share, the stronger we are. We need to be community. And the first thing about community, coming from communism, community is that we work together and we all enjoy the outcome. It's not about the one. It's about the many, and the many coming together. And the more you share, so that immediately connects to women, because women know to connect. You can tell me it's more difficult or more easy to connect to women between women, and I want to say for women to connect with men, yes, there is a kind of a cultural hurdle to pass, but it's doable, because if you know to present yourself respectfully, engage in a respectful way, knowing what you want, and yes, use the fact that you're feminine, that you're a woman, to get the attention and get things moving and done. Then, what I want to say, that what I want to offer are, again, those practices, meaning, I don't want to call it even a course, I want to call it more of a workshop. And I like the fact because I need many women to come into one room, and I want to teach them. First of all, I want to teach them how business works, how men work, and I want to show them how women, I want to show them that what they think is natural, sometimes that's not the exact truth. And they are capable. They are capable to do anything and everything should they put their mind into it. Question is, I think that I can even change priorities for them. Hand holding is a must. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but at the beginning stage, you need a push. A push. And you want this push to be in the right direction. You know, as you always say about men will drive a car until fuel is done, not asking someone directions. Women, stop the car, I will ask. And men goes, okay, ask.
Yes, right.
So in a way, for me, it's clear that women can engage and ask the question, but you need to know what to ask. And it's not when you want to raise money, when you want help with your startup, with your business, when you want to make more sales, when you want to, I don't know, have good partners, find good employees. It's not just, excuse me, how do I get to this road? It's much more complicated than this. And I know to give the roadmap, the milestones, the order of things. You just need to press a button that says connect with me, choose your slot, take 15 minutes, and know to use them the best way. It's not about blah, 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 blah. It's very concrete, down to earth, simple to follow. Yes, you can see a lot of it on TikTok, you can see it on YouTube, it's all over. I think I know to organize it a little bit better, and then everything for me is success-oriented, meaning deliverables. It's not about my intention, my wish, my will, what I'm thinking, my fantasies. It's about deliverables, meaning I need to get 5 of this, KPIs, 5 of this, 2 of this, 9 of this, and results-oriented.
And this is more personalized. Because
always.
Yes, you talk to concrete people.
Exactly. But I think, again, and that's the last thing, I think that creating this community when women help women is nice. I want it to be more diverse. I want men in the room and women in the room working together. I want a woman, when she's now doing the practice, do it with a man. Stand in front of a man and say. But the men, I will also tell the men, be a little bit hard, be a little bit soft. Do this interaction. It's an amazing practice, and I see them. Oh, I'm alive. I went through it. It's great. I want to try again. This is how it is. And when it comes with success, when you finally reach what you wanted, that's the sweetest taste you will ever taste. Go for it. It's addicting.
Thank you, Tal, and thank you for diversifying our podcast with your presence. And I think, every time any man joins our podcast, I think it helps me to engage with more men and to hear their perspective. That definitely helps women, because I don't believe in the room full of only women discussing women's problems, exactly as you mentioned. So thank you for being here today with us, and I hope that many women will click the button,
yes.
Select the slot, and make changes in their lives, because I think it's the easiest way now. We discussed, and not necessarily with style. I mean, just don't stop, right? Like, do something, and as Tal perfectly mentioned, just don't stop and reach for the help. Ask people, ask your friends, consult, but don't stop. And how you say is my favorite. This
my slogan. Don't hesitate, accelerate. Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.